Hi guys, how you going? Well, today I just thought we'd do a little bit of ombre work. So I've only got 3 nails. Oh, I've got a backup one, 4 nails, but probably only have time for 3 because the time's going to go really quick, and it's like 3:40 in the morning here. So anyway, okay. So I've just painted these ones with a white base and cured them. 2 coats, but you don't have to do that. It depends on what design you want to do, but I've just decided to do that. And you want a wet piece of lint-free cotton and a dry piece. That's for wiping a brush. And the brushes usually come in sets, something like that. And the ones that I think I might be using today, I'll put aside over here. So these other 2 are part of it. And you can also cut brushes to whatever you want. But there's a sort of a technique to cutting them. You sort of like, and I don't want to cut any brush really, but or maybe I will sacrifice one further down the track, but not today. But you sort of cut upwards, and it's It's not just a matter of, you've got to be a bit careful with that. But I might do that in the video further down the track. So anyway, to be honest, I had a set of colours that I was going to do today in a box. I'm sure they were already still in their box. And I don't think they were even open, and I cannot find them. And I've spent 20 minutes looking for them. And I only keep my polishes in one spot, so I don't know what's happened to them. So I've just brought out random colours and just see what happens. So it might turn out crappy, but I've just grabbed some colours and just see what happens. So anyway, normally you would be prepping your nails properly, pushing the cuticles back, dehydrating, primer, base coat, and then you go from there. So these are with white. So anyway, I've got my alcohol here, and my dry piece here for my brush. I'm going to start off with this one and see. I might chop and change with my brushes. So there are a few techniques you can do with ombre. So let's move my lamp a little bit closer there. But I'm just going to see how we go today, what I'm going to do. So now I think I had that because these aren't normal regular nail polish, I just keep on having to open up the bottle all the time, see what colour they are, which is a nuisance. That's a red sparkly one, and Mitch. So we've got a red sparkly, that's an orangey matte, I think is Secret. And this one's a pale apricot matte. So I thought I might try combining these 3 together. I'm not sure how they'll go, or maybe just the 2. So maybe just the 2 with you can do 2, 3, 4 colours if you want. It's a bit dark. Maybe the first one I'll just do. That's a very neutral. Well, it's a weird colour. That's a bit of a weird colour too. Well, when I say weird, I just mean it's sort of a beigey. I can't even explain it really. It's a creamy sort of. But anyway, I've got 3 nails here. 2 are the same size, and one of the smaller ones. We might not even have time to do 3 because I don't want to be holding you up here. I'm going to do it under my nail there. So I'll just start off with 1 and see how we go. Because it's not something you want to rush doing ombre. You want to do it right. You want to spend a bit of time and make it look nice. So what I'll do for this one, see if we start off with 3 colours, what we could do with that, we could put the orangey, where's that orangey? Oh, that's the red one. We could put the orangey one in the middle actually. Well, that's cream as well. What's happened to that orangey one? See what I mean? It's just opening bottles all the time, not knowing where things are. I should have a piece of paper and have... It's a red too, but it's a sort of a... Well, we'll just try these two together. So I'll paint, this is the smaller of the two. So I'll just use 2 colours for... Make sure I look in the monitor here so I can see what you can see. Was this the orangey one? That's the sort of a jelly one. I think we're wanting any jelly ones, but you can. That wasn't my plan. My plan is I had a set here, and as I said, it's put me off everything. But anyway, we'll just have a go. So this is a Cassilia Arditio 2. So I'll just keep an eye on that monitor there so you can see me. We'll have a go, I think, at doing these two together. So I'll just give this a coat of this all over. This is, I think this is a medium coffin size. Coffin's, I think, my favourite. I don't know, coffin almond. I think I like coffin the best, though. But each their own, of course. So I'll do that colour there, which is a sort of a pale peachy. Put him in the light over here. Give that 60. He probably only needs 30 or 40, but as I've said to you before, I tend to err on the side of giving a bit more and a bit less. And we'll use this red one with it. So these are some of the brushes you can use. Well, that one is just a very thin one, but these are definitely a couple of ombre brushes. Thin out. And you can use this, well, it's the same as that one, but you can also use this one to do this type of motion. And this one, you know, you can, if you want things to be like really exact, you can do that with that. So, but I'll probably just be using these two today, but I'm not sure. And these wipes are for, one's for when you're wiping your brush if it gets yucky, and the other ones is for drying it off because you want to make sure you use a dry brush. Okay, this one's done. So this one's got a bit of alcohol, but I think I'll put a tad more on it. So I don't want it to be dry. Oh, it's isopropyl alcohol. That's 64%. You can use, if you want to use higher, you can. All right, so we'll start off with, looking at these brushes here. Let's start off with this one first. So I'm just going to be doing on this one basically this little bit there, as you can see. I'm just going to be putting a bit of red at this end and just dragging it back. And you can go across and stuff like that. So now I've got to find my red again, which is this one. So you can see me there. So you just basically you just put some on the end. You just decide how much you want. You can see me there. I have to keep on checking the monitor. And basically you just, they call it stippling, but you're sort of tapping and you just drag it back like that. tapping with very, very light strokes. Now, you could spend 15 minutes on one nail if you wanted to, but I might be doing that to get it like exactly how you want it. So, as I said, this one's only going to be these two colours. Now, sometimes it looks nice even before you blend it. So, I mean, sometimes, you know, you might want those lines that are a bit more stronger. So, so you do that. And that would be like a first coat. This one I'll only give 30. And then I'll go in from there. Now, here's where you wipe your brush a bit. And then make sure it's dry again. I'm sure you can see me there. Not that there's much to see, really, at the moment. So that brush is ready to go. And also, if you're playing with nail polish, gel polish bottles, same thing if you're doing on the nail and you mixing and you don't want to mix them. We don't put the other colour back into the other, so you clean the brush on this so it doesn't get contaminated by the other colour. That shouldn't be happening today, but that can happen. So then you'll do another coat. Just put a little bit more, and you can make it a bit, stronger down the end too. You can make it even stronger down the end. So you have your darkest bit at the end. So I'll kind of do that. Then you take your brush and you can go crossways like that. You just go crossways like that, blend it in, drag it down a bit more if you want to. I'm purposely making it a little bit, I don't want it to be completely blended in. I like those little, like fiery flames, you could say, I don't know. I kind of like that. So I'm purposely not blending it in like a complete, absolute. See how they're a bit like, it's not like a proper blend, but that's what I do. So basically you just go down and down and across how you want it. I don't really think it's that hard. See, and then you can just see how I've got those lines like a flame sort of thing. But it's getting a bit, as I get down, it gets lighter, how dark it is there and how it's getting paler and paler there. So for me, to be something a bit different, I would leave that. I wouldn't blend it in, so I would have those little things sticking out how they are there. So that's how I would do that one. And then obviously we cure that one. That'll only need 30. 30. And yeah, we'll clean our brush now because we're going to go on to the next colour. I forgot to look at the time before. I think 3:40 was it? Now, let me see what I'm going to choose. Might be a weird couple of colours for this one. I might only do 2 today anyway, but that's right orange. I've got a couple of greeny bluey ones. I wonder if I can do 3 colours. Okay, so that's a matte purple. That's a matte purple. Purple, and that's an apricot with a bit of glitter. That's another purpley one, but that's glossy, with that no glitter in it. Right, so that one, this one's a bluey. It's a weird one. This one, it's nice though. It's a sort of a greeny purpley one, and this one was the matte purple, and the other one I think was it orangey, pinky. All right, it's a weird combination, but yeah. We'll just muck around, and because like I said, I don't know what's happened to those polishes. So we'll make the end. I'm just trying to think the base colour. What would be the base colour for this? We'll probably go for maybe this one. All right, we'll just try this one as the base colour, which is a bit of a pinky one. It's a midge. Well, it's reddy pinky sort of. But I'm really aiming for a very light coat of this. You can see there. Just very light, thin, you know. Oh, at least these, I've gone back to my blue tack stuff, and it's working much better. Remember last time? Yeah, they were falling off everywhere. So, yeah, I just sorted that out. Now this one, because I don't want it dark on the bottom, I'll only be doing one coat. So, that's still got its little tag there, which obviously you would file off. So give that one 30. Take the other one out that we did. So that's more or less the finished product of the other one. I didn't muck around too much with it. I don't know whether let's make sure you can see. So as you can see, it goes darker, darker on the left, darker this way. And then as you go towards the right, it's lighter, 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 and lighter and lighter. It's not a perfect blend, but that's what I was actually going for. But if I wanted to make it a perfect blend, I could. So that, to me, that's the sort of the flamey things. That's what I like. So I would just top coat that, and that would be ready to go. Or you could, we could, put some glitter on it and make it all extra pretty, which would be nice. So that might be for another day. We could do that. Otherwise, you could just top coat it. So with this one, that was the one I just used, I think. Yep, that's just, I'll put him aside. Now, yeah, okay, so the darker purple is the darkest colour. That's the greeny one. I don't know how these are going to go. It's a red, well, I'm not sure about that. Okay, the darkest one will be the matte purple. So we'll do that matte purple. It's actually also easier to do ombre when you have a glitter polish too. So this one's just a matte. So I might even see one of the colours I've got next to me here. You don't obviously have to be precise with this bit. Just plonk it on really, because you're going to be blending it all in a minute. So that'll do with that one. And that's right, we had a red and we had that greeny purpley one, didn't we? Maybe this one next. What you can also do is when you put them on, you can do with them so they're not quite touching. You can do that too. Well, that kind of looks a bit weird with that. Wow, it's a weird colour. That it's a greeny. This is going to be interesting. I don't know if it's going to be any good or not. It looks purple on the brush, but under the light it looks more greeny than anything else. And, well, it's a greeny purple, so yeah. Now we had that red. What did we do with that red? No, I want that bright red that I had a minute ago. Oops. There we go. There it is. This is it. this is going to be, I think, a weird combination, but we'll just see. And I'll put a little bit there. And you know what? One of those paler colours we used before that might just, because it's a bit, it's a little bit too dark, a little bit, a fraction too dark there, so I'll just put that, it's just that matte, pale peachy colour. So again, we've cleaned our brush on the wet one and we've dried it. You don't want to be putting your brush like that, by the way. If I ever do it, well, that's wrong. So I'm not concentrating you, but put it on, you know, lay it sort of like that. And we're just going to blend that one into there. Yeah, that colour looks a bit weird, that middle colour. Blend that into there. Yeah, I don't really like that colour there in the middle. Now, after I've touched that, I really should be wiping my brush again, which I'll do. The wet one and the dry one. I'll just try something weird here for a second, because I don't like that colour in the middle there. Yeah, colour in the middle's not, I don't like it. It's kind of spoiled it in a way. However, I could put something else to, alright, let's put this over that a little bit. Here's where I was telling you before about if you going over the other polishes with the colours, like now. You want to wipe it on a piece of lint-free before you put it back in the original bottle. So don't know whether this one can be saved or not, guys. I know actually how it can be saved. I like those sort of flamey things. So what we'll do is we'll put that one in the thing for 30 seconds. I've got a silvery one here somewhere. Let's have a look what we got. Oh no, that's the white. I've got a, oh actually, is this the one? I've got a glittery one. Yeah, okay. I'm wiping my brush here on the wet alcohol pad. And I've got a glittery one that can save the day. Actually, that could be, even though it looks a bit not very good, that could be a good nail base for nail art. Yeah. So, but I'm just going to put a bit of glitter on the end there. And that makes it look a bit nicer. And again, I don't mind those little, I've done that on purpose there, those strokes there. I would just go like 2/3 up the nail with some, but that, I mean, it's a bit of a weird, because I just grab wipe my brush. It looks better. It doesn't look the best, but it looks a bit better. Because I didn't have the correct colours here, so yeah. Glitter, it's sort of a holography, that one. will always make everything look better, but I could make that better with, you know, some glitter and stuff, rhinestones and stuff like that. So that could be a good base. So it might look a bit horrible now, but that could be fixed up. Well, we may as well do one more. I don't know what colours we're going to use. Okay, so what have we got? That's a brown one. I kind of thought I knew what I was doing when I was choosing the colours, so we could do these two and then do a glitter over the top of that. So we'll do, now we've got this colour here, which is a sort of a tanny apricot-y or something. I'll just do one thin coat of that. I should have waited till I found those polishes and it would have been a better video, guys, sorry. But anyway, I enjoy making content, so I can always do better next time. So, yeah, okay, well, this will have to go in the thing. 30 seconds will do for that. Just keep, I'll need to clean that really good with alcohol when we're finished filming. So, alcohol, and then every now and again you want to put some base coat through it. You clean it up well. So, yeah, I know, I'll use this orangey one, and then I'll, here you go, this is finished. I'll fix it up, make it look a bit more prettier. So, again, this, aiming for the end here to be the darkest. Still got its little taggy thing on the end as before. And yeah, just do it as we did before. See, I like that. I like those long. In fact, I might purposely do them long, very long. See, like that. I like that because it's different, and it's still really dark at the end. See how it's kind of like, it still gets lighter with those long whiskery things. So pop that in. I just wanted to leave that one at that. I'm quite happy with that. I'm not going for the complete blend. So what have we got, 30 seconds? Yeah, I'm not going for the complete blend there. So these are the two over here. To me, they're like bases to be ready to be zhuzhed up. These. So when that one comes out, I'll make that one look a bit, I'll clean my brush a bit more and then dry the brush off. I think that's finished. Now I'll just put a bit of glitter on the end of that one, I think. I mean, you could go nuts, really. As I said, you could spend ages on each nail. You just drag that up there. Just a little bit, real fine strokes. Not all the way to the end, though, just... yeah, missed a little bit there, but well, I think that one's probably, just wipe my brush before I put that back into the bottle. I think I like that one the best. out of the 3 of them. The last one we did. Again, that's ready for, that's, you know, rhinestones and little caviar bits and things to make it look more pretty. And yeah, next time we'll do that. So these were the 3 here. So you can see there on the monitor, but yeah, I think that one turned out the best. So that's one way to do ombre. There are many ways, but I like that way where you can see sort of the flamey things. It looks more interesting. So anyway, I hope you kind of enjoyed that. Thanks for sticking around. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate every subscriber I've got. So yeah. All right, guys. Well, thank you very much, and we'll catch you on the next one. Okay, bye.